Hello, I'm Jim Johnsonson, and this is GIN Network. Our lead story today is a true tale of what truly happened during the 9/11 terrorist attacks. Newly released reports and incredibly leaked footage just so happens to show a U.S. Special Forces helicopter flying from the top of the towers the day of the attack. Now, according to that follow-up report, it seems that the towers were down for maintenance that exact same day. Very suspicious. Now, here at GIN News Network, we specialize in telling the truth and the whole truth and nothing but. And I call shenanigans when I say something suspicious is going on. We have the news team's leading and only scientist, Dr. Bernskoff, looking in and here today to tell us and give us his precise analysis on the situation.
Thank you, Jim. Now, according to my very, very delicate analysis, it appears that here we have a story of treachery, deceit. Now, according to my very careful calculations...
Sorry, Doctor, but it looks like we're going to have to take a quick commercial break. We'll be back in a flash. And we are back! Dr. Bernskoff, please continue your analysis that you were telling us.
Thanks, Jim. Now, as I was going to say...
You're welcome!
Okay, anyway, from my precise calculations, it would appear that this story is actually based on... the Mayans. That the invasion from space, the mighty Illuminati, government scandal in America.
Doctor? Doctor! Sorry folks, but it seems we're having some technical difficulties at the moment. We'll be back momentarily. And we're back! Now, here's Joe Benzel, our leading meteorologist, here to tell you the weather for today. Well, wasn't that wonderful? Now we switch gears as we move on to our leading sports newscaster, Robbie Sanchez.
Thanks, Jim. Alright, so now we're gonna talk some sports stuff. We're gonna get into the real soccer stuff, you know what I'm saying, man? It's the best one ever, man. Alright, so my favorite dudes, the Cavaliers, man. They won like 20 billion to nothing against the Pegasus. You see the scoreboard right here. Like, Ricardo Rodriguez, the MVP of the game for the Cavaliers. He scored like all the goals, man. I went up to him after the game in the locker room, you know what I'm saying, man? And he was just like, hey, Ricardo, how's it like scoring all of these goals, man? I was like, and he was like, man, I feel so good, man. I worked so hard all my life for this moment, man. I was like, hey, man, good for you, man. You gonna go home, eat some chimichangas and some, man. Say, hey, you go burrito. And he's like, yeah, man, got some secret taco sauce. I'm like, hey, man, I want some of that taco sauce, hombre. And he's like, hey, man, say you come over to my place to give you all taco sauce in one, man. I'm like, hombre, it's me right down in here. I love you, man. No homo. He's like, hey, man, I get it, S.A. I'm like, hey, man, hey, it's a good time. So anyway, the Cavaliers going to World Cup Series where they kill all the bad guys who lose. And then we go and kick their butts, because Germans do not know how to play soccer. Yeah.
Well, isn't that something? Now, for the final story of tonight, ghosts! And their effect on dietary problems of the youth.
Spooky!
In a quiet, remote city of Constantinople, local suburb dwellers complained to the mayor about aberrations that appeared before them. The reply from the mayor was, and I quote, "Y'all be damned, you better stay away!" As a side note to these current events, statistics show the great increase in Bologna intake of the youths of this fine city. Whoa! After an intense game of hide and seek, Dr. Bernskoff is finally back in the office, ready to give you another great analysis on the situation at hand. Dr. Bernskoff, take it away!
Thank you, Jim. Now, according to my very...
Sorry for the interruption, but we're back with another short commercial break.
No!
What?
Screw your pedophile in a can! I would much rather be drinking vodka back home in Mother Russia. You should be grateful of Dr. Bernskoff. I worked very, very hard. Screw you guys. I'm going home.